Whilst this is an incredible moment, this is one of those once in a blue moon moments for me and this business. So the most exciting moment for this small business yet, I have made my largest sale to date, and that, of course, is the Ace 10 Mega Charizard Y from Ascended Heroes. Now, I pulled and graded this card myself, so my total investment into this card was £80. £50 for the retail value of the box that I got it from, £30 on the grading fee with the Ace label, and I have just sold it for £1,300 via eBay. So my return on investment here is huge, but obviously I really want to highlight that that's not a sustainable thing, in that the vast majority of the deals that I've done so far have been for cards that are like £2, £3, maybe the odd one at sort of like 10, 15. Whilst this is an incredible moment, this is one of those once in a blue moon moments for me and this business, as much as I'd love to be doing deals like this on the constant, this was one of those 1 in a million pulls to grade it at a 10 and sell it. It's like, this is just going to be a real nice launching point for this business, as it gives me more access to cash to buy more cars to then sell, build up stock, get to shows, things like that. So absolutely over the moon. Cannot believe that this has finally happened and the day's finally here. And I cannot wait for what it's going to allow me to do going forward. So I've just received a lovely little bundle from the homie Pokedeal. We've got 2 of the Dracloak illustration rares from Ascended Heroes. We have the Perfect Order Doublade illustration rare. Criminally underrated one in my opinion. Perfect Order as a whole is so good, and this artwork is a great indicator as to why. We have the Snowrun from Ascended Heroes, the Beautifly from Ascended Heroes, the Mega Ordino EX Full Art from Ascended Heroes, and the Jamming Tower Full Art from Ascended Heroes. So picked up this lovely little bundle for £25 off deal. Good friend, he has been a supporter of the account and the channel from the get-go, and he did me a real solid with this deal, so super grateful. Massive shout out to you, and I keep every little handwritten note from every like order, trade, everything that I've done. So in my big 20 pocket binder, I keep all of the energy cards or like bulk common cards that people have signed for me. So I'm gonna add deals in just here. Effortless, if I do say so myself. And this is a nice sort of community keepsake that I have from like every interaction, deal, trade that I've had whilst being in the hobby. Once again, as quickly as cards come in, they seem to be going back out. So I put an Instagram story up thanking Dill for the bundle that came in, to indicate that I also had, you know, some new stock in, and also shouting out a friend that did me a great deal. And within moments, I had a reply to the story asking how much certain cards were. So immediately going out, we have 2 Dracloaks, a Doublade, and the Snow Run. So these are going to be deck upgrades for a good buddy of mine. So this is going out to him, pimping out his deck, did him a deal on it all. So this bundle's going out for £25, which was my cost price to get the bundle in the first place. So everything from this bundle that I sell from here on out is technically profit. Super happy. Like, again, it's just a speed game at the moment. It's why I'm having to do like batch uploads on a weekend when I've got the ability to just get out to the post office as and when I need to, because I'll upload stuff on Vinted, put stories up, and stuff will go so quickly. And I think that's the beauty of like trading in these like lower value cards, is that it's far more accessible for people. So it's just thick and fast at the moment, which is, you know, a wonderful problem to have.
A few moments later.
Alongside this, I've also managed to sell the Ace 10 Mega Starmie SAR from Perfect Order that I picked up in the previous week. This was the one that I bought as part of a bundle with the Mega Sharpedo special illustration rare from Inferno X. Now, I paid £125 for that bundle, and I managed to sell the Starmie for £125. So As of now, whatever I get from the sale of the Mega Sharpedo will effectively count as profit. So the margin for me is actually going to be when I manage to sell that slab. So although I've made another £125 sale, it's actually only going to be on the sale of the Sharpedo slab that I actually start to see any more sort of money, well, new money coming into the business. So very happy with the sales. It's really interesting to see a few slabs have gone out lately, which is brilliant, because obviously that's where there's a bit more room for profit, or like there's a bit more of a margin I can take, because being graded they are selling at higher volume. So yeah, really interesting to see. I've heard you too can have sales this quick if you drop me a subscribe. Funny story on this, at the time of actually selling the Mega Starmie, I was at the pre-release for Chaos Rising. I love doing pre-release events, and as I say, I am a collector and TCG player first. This is just a way of me enabling the growth of my collection and ultimately allowing me to build more decks as well. But I was at pre-release, we'd done the setup, and I was just about to start playing, and I got the email notification through saying, congrats, you've made the sale, here's your prepaid label, package it up now. And I was like, oh, that's amazing. Oh, bloody hell, I need to take that off Vinted so somebody doesn't double buy it and I end up refunding someone. Because at the moment I'm still holding on to that 5-star review rating across both eBay and Vinted. And that's something that I'm really proud of, and I really do strive to have like the quick turnaround on things. Like, it's very rare that you'll have to wait more than 2 days for me to ship something out. The only time that would happen is like if you buy something on, say, like a Saturday when post offices aren't open on a Sunday, and then Monday is a very meeting heavy day for me at work, so there's not as much opportunity to get out in the day, like on a lunch break when the post office is open. So I'm very much like, oh, I need to stay on it. But then, yeah, when that came in, I was like, brilliant. Oh no, panic. I need to manage my listings. But yeah, super happy with that. And also, if you get the opportunity to do a pre-release for any upcoming set, please do. It's a lot of fun. And you get that nice little bonus of opening packs for a set before other people do as well. So you get to, feel a little smug, and you never know, you might pull something decent. I, for instance, pulled the Frogadier from Chaos Rising, so super happy with that. And I had the Crobat pre-release deck with a little stamped promo, so really happy about that. And yeah, I just think it's a great bit of fun. And also, as I say, you get to get hands-on cards a lot quicker than everybody else, so there's a bit of a win-win, especially as someone that loves playing in person as well.
A few moments later.
You are not going to believe this. We have actually had the quickest sale I think I've seen. So I listed the Eevee Platinum stamped Burger King promo on Vinted, and in 13 minutes it sold. Here's the screenshot for proof of how quickly this bad boy went. It's why I have to upload in batches on days that I know I can get out and post stuff, because this selling that quickly was absolutely obscene. And it just means that I can now look at, obviously, evolutions are always going to be big things. Having a promos are huge at the moment. And also, like, it's selling in less than 15 minutes is absolutely insane. So for me, such a sick moment, another big landmark for the channel, in that we managed to get a sale like that is just insane. Less than 15 minutes of publishing the listing. So yeah, I think the biggest things that I've learned across this past sort of week and a half is eBay, definitely better for higher value sales. Vinted is brilliant for lower value things like your art rares, illustration rares, up to like low end SIRs as well, because like some of them in the Scarlet and Violet era aren't particularly expensive, which is great because it means there's so much more opportunity to get incredible artworks in the hands of as many people as possible without them having to break the bank to get there. But Vinted is very much a bundles game. So I found that it's very, very rare that I sell a single card in an order on Vinted now. It's like, I think my average order size would be maybe 2 to 3 cards per order. Obviously, a couple of higher end things like the EV that I've sold. I say higher end, it's 30 quid, but to some people that's pennies, to other people that's a hell of a lot. So I classify it as that just because Pokemon should be accessible to everyone. Everything is sort of like bundles, and obviously if someone's taken a lot off my hands, it's less hassle, it's less money on postage material as well, so it's like less envelopes, less team bags, etc. So yeah, really cool to see that, and also it really sort of incentivizes me and also gives me that kind of knowledge that if I want to sell lower end stuff, put it onto Vinted, accept bundle offers, negotiate with people. But also something that I've really learned is, again, it's the power of saying no. I've had offers slung my way for cards that are criminally underpriced. So I had the Mega Starmie up on Vinted, got a lot of traction and attention early, which was fantastic. But then with attention comes offers from people that are effectively trying to chance it, and they would send you offers of like £60, £70, and it's like, I'm not going to sell this thing that I've bought at around 70% to you for 50%, because then you're going to sell it at 100% of market or even higher, and then all of a sudden I'm out of money. It doesn't make sense. And also, like, have conversations. Conversations are brilliant things. So I had an experience with one of the stamped evolutions that I'm trying to sell, and someone said, oh, you're quite over market on this. And I provided screenshots of eBay and said, I'm actually about £10 under market at the moment. They used Pulse TCG for pricing, which I think is a fantastic tool because it only looks at UK sales data. So in the US, obviously, you have the likes of TCG Player, price charting, and Collector is predominantly driven by the US market sales data. In the UK, it's a bit different. And then they said, oh, this is what I'm seeing on Pulse, and it was around £21, £22, whereas eBay was showing £45. And I just simply explained to them, I was like, oh, that is looking at the average sales over the past 12 months. And 12 months ago, this was a card that you could pick up for sort of like £10, £15. But as we've seen with Pokemon at the moment, everything just seems to be going crazy. And I mean, this is a promo that's almost 20 years old, so there is rarity to it. It's an evolution, which is a super popular series of Pokemon. It's something a bit niche, like you don't see this every day, and the vast majority of sales on this card lately have been in the US. And I just said, oh yeah, that is the average over the past 12 months. But if you scroll down and look at the past sales from this year, the cheapest sale was $39.99. Now I was selling that card at £35, so I was still firmly under market, and even with postage and associated fees, I would still be less than the lowest price over the past, I believe it's 3 or 4 months. And after that conversation, things didn't progress any further in terms of them making a transaction. But at the same time, I got to see where they were getting their pricing data from. They got to see where I had priced this card from, using all the different data points. And there's no hard feelings or anything like that, because it's just having that conversation. And like, some people will want to pay less for something, or like certain grading companies, like some people may only want to buy PSA and they value Ace far below it, but then at the same time they may put Ace above CGC, Beckett above PSA, and it's like, you can take the sort of sales data with a pinch of salt, but everyone also has the things that they sort of, their own opinions and biases, and also just their favourites. Like for me, PSA has the absolute lion's share, and it has the biggest like brand appeal and brand recognition, but I don't think they're the nicest looking slabs in the world. I personally really like the look of Ace slabs or Imperium and even PG in the UK. But then I also feel like Tag slabs look incredible. And Beckett, if you grade in anything anime related like Dragon Ball or One Piece or like Union Arena and Weiss Schwartz. So there are a lot of different factors that you need to take into place. And ultimately, you're both humans on either end of the phone. So we're all people, just chat and having those conversations and like opening that channel of communication. It just makes it better for both sides. And even if you don't agree on a sale, nobody is left in the dark as to where anything has come from, where like prices have come from, where like demand is, anything like that. So I think the biggest thing is engage in conversations, use your like social channels as well and the connections that you've made there. Like we've seen with the sale of the Dracloaks, Snowrunt and Dewblade. That's from someone that I am very good friends with. And it was all because of the social channel, and it was through a social channel that I got the cards in the first place. So never underestimate the power of just communication and also connection building, because I don't want to view any of the deals that I do as purely transactional, because to me Pokemon should be about the community that you sort of build. And it's like, if someone buys an evolution off me, I know that that person likes evolutions. Let's chat about it. Who's your favourite? If somebody buys a graded Charizard off me, it's like, oh, do they like Charizards, or do they like the new gold cards, or like what's their sort of, what are they into? And like for me, I love Gengar, Nidoking, the Slowpoke evolution line, Giratina, Dragonite, Machamp. It's like, talk to me about those Pokemon. Tell me which Pokemon are your favourites. And also, like, as I say, you don't have to be buying from me to chat Pokemon with me. I'm a full-blown nerd that just loves this. So if ever you want to chat Pokemon, drop a comment, message me on Instagram. Let's chat Pokemon. I want to hear all about your collection, who your favourites are, what you think the best game of all time is, and why it's Pokemon Stadium. And that about does it for this week. Make sure you tune in next time when I have a very nice slab update for you all. But for now, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Eddie Bear out.